So I don't know if you can see me or not because I'm outside and with my camera phone the camera is broken. So I'm gonna be a little quick briefly with you. Just recently, I really was going through a situation, as you could say, a situationship, which I thought it was really a relationship. Um, it was going on for like a year or so, maybe a year or so, whatever. And I was really dealing with it to the point where I'm really am crying in tears, but I will gonna get to why I'm crying in tears. Okay, so I may warning disclaimer, I may cry, I may start sobbing. Just keep praying for me, and I ask that you do pray, and I ask that you do pray in the Holy Spirit while I tell you guys my testimony, and hopefully you will break free from it. So okay, so I met this guy. I was working at a gas station, and I met him. I was really focusing on God, really. But when I met him, he came in, he had this big, huge light around him. It was just like huge. Like what I saw in him was like, oh my God, he is like the perfect man. Like the perfect man. Like, oh my God. Then I looked at him like, that's going to be my boo. That's going to be my man right there and there. Right there, right? So little behold, whatever. I was like, I bet you I can get his phone number, whatever. So I was talking to the lady like that. So I got his phone number, whatever. So we was kicking it, whatever. We was literally together. We talked every day. We was literally together. He came to the store every day. We was literally together like for the 3 months or whatever. He told me about when we first started talking. He straight came out and told me what was going on with his last relationship or whatever. 3 months later, whatever, I went over there. My first time spending the night with him, and I spent the night with him. We didn't do anything that night. We just slept, just fell asleep, So we didn't do anything that night. But my first night there, and he it was a knock on the door. She was like really banging hard and stuff like that. So it was like my first time over there. So I was just like, what in the world's going on like that? Like she was really banging. He was like, don't worry about it. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I was like, they got the wrong door. I was like, they is banging like they is on the right door. I don't got time for no foolishness. Like, cause I did see some female stuff in the house, but he been told me that he was been trying to get her out and stuff. So I was like, whatever, como di, whatever. So the next day or whatever, I called his phone, calling him back or whatever, because I thought he called me, so I was calling him back, letting him know that I had got off and stuff, like what he wanted to do before he went to go to work. So she answered, and she just started popping off. So me, I was like, oh, my Christian side was like, you is a new creature. We is not about this life. Don't worry about it. Don't feed it to it. This is my sign. Red flag. Let it go. While my flesh was like, oh, pop up there because they don't know you, boo. So I follow my flesh. And so I followed my flesh and I went up there. Then nothing happened because number one, I'm covered by the blood. And it won't gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was still a red flag that I choose to ignore. So I let him go. 2 months later, I let him go, whatever. So 2 months later, whatever, I meet another guy, and I'm working. I met another guy. I think, did I meet him at work? I think I did meet him at a gas station. I was really like, dudes was really coming in left or right at this gas station. Like they was determined to speak to me, like, what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, whatever, I spoke to the guy, whatever, and we started talking. So I told him, I said, I'm living, motel to motel, I'm kind of homeless right now, but I live in a motel. You're welcome to stay in a motel with me, because he was telling me he homeless too. So I have a heart. So I don't care if who you are, what you are. I don't care. When I was homeless, I was like, one of us is going to get out of this. And if I had to get you out of here, I'm going to get you out of here. So that was a whole nother ministry that I was doing too. And I didn't even know, but it was a whole ministry that I was doing. So, I let him stay with me and whatever. So we ended up really getting close, So we started doing everything together. We started shopping together. We started doing everything together. So he found out. I think I found out. And it was pretty much like, it was crazy because me and the dude, whatever, we really wasn't really clicking because he was a different he worshiped a different God. And I was just like, okay, I can deal with that to certain levels, but don't be a halftime Muslim because you, especially not around me, because I would don't do that religion and that tradition stuff around me because I will shut it down. So he didn't like that. First of all, he felt intimidated. He felt like I was bigger than him. So I was just like, oh, okay, like that. So whatever. So either way, so I ended up going back with the other guy. So the new dude, whatever, came out. Some little excuse was like he cheated on me. I don't even know how that was possible because we was with each other 24/7. If he worked when I worked, so, and his job was down the street from me, and he couldn't get to work unless I dropped him and picked him up. So either way, so I just was like, whatever, okay, you cheated on me. Wow, congratulations. That's so awesome to hear. So, but I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. I'm trying to be as fast as I can. But either way, so we started back talking again. Now this time he came back, he was very, very different. Like his whole disposition was different. The lovable gentleman guy that I met that was holding doors for me, opening doors for me, was not it. This guy was like really shut off to the world. Was really, completely shut off to the world. Like he just looked at me like, kept all his emotions in, didn't care. So I was just like, okay, so upon further investigation, I found out what really went down between him and old girl. So I never really brought it up to him because he wouldn't speak on it. He wouldn't do none of that. So then I noticed how he started treating me. So I was just like, I'm still the same old person. You're different. So what's going on? So I stopped when we first did it. I think that would really make me back away from him because I was, like I said, I was still waiting for I was waiting for to be married because I really wanted to be with somebody who actually loves me and appreciate me for me, my body. Because I know me. I know my body. I know what I can do. Okay, honey. Okay. But so I just wanted to get all that to my husband. Like I want to be able to dance for my husband. I want to be able to do freaky things with my husband, not with nobody else who just treat me just like a body. Like, no, you're not finna prostitute me and then you don't pay for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as my husband concerned, like, I don't give a care because I'm his gift. Like, I'm his good thing. So this is what he get. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother subject. Anyway, so somebody get me. But anyway, so I let him go, whatever, and he came back. He had came back, and this time, I mean, I was still living motel to motel, and he had came over to the motel. This was like right around my last 2 motels that I was staying in, and he was like, why did you come all the way out here? And I had moved to the county in Chesterfield. And I was like, I just want to get away from the city because I'm not a city girl. I'm a country girl. I'd rather have me a big mansion type house in Chesterfield County with a lot of land and horses. And I stuck with that thing. You know what I'm saying? I stuck with it. So he was like, well, I feel you like that. So we started back, trying to talk again. I was still trying to figure out what was we going to be. So then, of course it came out that he didn't have the same feelings that he had like I had for him and all of that stuff. So now you're like, how could she have all these feelings for the same guy still? We're going to get to that. So once again, red flags pop up. I choose to ignore them each time he come around. I choose to ignore them. So now we cut each other off at this time. And no, I moved into my apartment. I finally get an apartment, and I move into my apartment. And he comes over, but he doesn't come over like normal people. He comes like late at night, but would get mad like when I say, "Oh, my friend was over here," or because my friends would come over. Like I had this one best friend dude, and he was a dude, but he was my best friend. I could confront him. He would tell me stuff like, "You need to leave him alone." Like he was like, "You need to leave him alone." Point blank, period. And I'd be like, "No, I don't, you're not getting what I'm saying." Like, no. He's like, "How you supposed to be?" Like he had to tell me. He was like, "How you supposed to be trying to be a minister for God, and you This man got you smoking and drinking. Like, what you doing? You just came off. Don't be an alcoholic. You just came from being an alcoholic. And I was like, you right. So I cried, bro. I cried so much. So I had literally stopped smoking cigarettes right around that time. This was last year. So I had finally stopped smoking cigarettes and stuff because my friend was telling me, that really hurt me to the core. So I was like, let me stop smoking cigarettes, and I had stopped. I was doing good without drinking. I had went 3 years without drinking, hard liquor, beer, and all of that. 211s, all that stuff. I could drink because, what I'm saying. So I went without that. And let me just tell you how amazing God is. God will place people in your life for a certain amount of reasons. And I just think back, I thank God for all the stuff that He put me through. All the things, all the tests and trials. So so finally it was like right around the time I had got my eviction notice. And I lost my car. I had lost my car, and I was on the verge of lost my job. I lost my job, lost my car, and lost my job. It was on the verge of losing my house, my apartment. And I was just so torn. And I was just like, what is it, God? So I cut it off with him. I let him go. I was like, look, this is not working. I don't know what's going on. I need to be in God's face right now, and I don't need to be in yours. So that 3 months from November, December, and January, all the way up to the week before my birthday, I was literally in God's face, literally. And I was like, God, if that's not who you want me to be with, then, so be it. Like, what I'm saying? Let me know, God, work on me. So I was working on me, whatever. I got my eviction notice. I came to peace when I had got evicted. That's how God wiped off $2,856 of debt. Like, that's how much of back rent that I had to pay. And God wiped it clean off, like clean out. I didn't have to pay that. So, I was praising God, thanking God for that. So I moved back in with my mom. And when I moved back in with my mom, here comes him. Out of nowhere, sends me a message. So I'm just like, yo, what do you want? Like, no, we're not talking. So he comes with this story like, oh, wants to, like he wants to be with me, wants to be a couple and all this stuff, want to start a family. So I fall back into it. Now, this is June. I've been here since January. So you can imagine the turmoil that we went through. So just today, Bishop preached about confidence. And I was asking God literally last night, like all week long, like, Lord, I feel like something is missing. What is missing? Because I cannot get to where you need me to be. Something is blocking it. What is blocking it? So it had a lot to do with my self-esteem. Now, I felt like I grew up with family, with people who didn't want to die alone, don't want to die alone, and just have to have a man. They just have to have a man. So a part of me felt like I know I had to get a man. I know I need a man, but why do I need a man? You know what I'm saying? Why? So I was reading the Bible, and it was like, I don't need a man. The man needs me, because I am what the man needs. So why am I out here looking for a man if I'm what the man needs? Right? So I was God was really dealing with me with this. He was dealing with me with sex, like how sex is pretty much for marriage, because it's a ministry. It's for marriage. It's how a woman and a man in a marriage replenish themselves. Like it's like gas to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a gas. It's a covenant.